Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for the crude oil inventory report session, Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. All right. Working down close to session lows on crude in the mid $80 range, mid 85, mid 80s, so right at $85. Report coming out in roughly 3 minutes. So we'll watch for the reaction and we'll wait our 2 minutes before we start taking trades. I do apologize for the technical difficulties this morning. In the earlier session, somehow I managed to crash NinjaTrader and it took everything else with it just about. So I had to go in and do a full restart. After I got things back to semi-normal operation so I could shut down gracefully. Good morning, Miles. Good morning, Pamela. Yeah, every once in a while, that's the first time. I think that's the first time that's happened with this machine. So we will see what happens this morning. Just over a minute and a half to the report. Good morning, Roger. All right, what do we got here? All right, we've got full crude contract, 8-tick range, 8-cent momentum bar for those on TradeStation. That is on the larger chart on the right. The lower, that's on Spotlight. The lower left is Counterpunch, same contract on the 377 tick, full crude, December contract. And I did look this morning and the volume is still on December. Looks like it'll roll over tomorrow or Friday, but unleaded volume has already rolled over. So I'm on the January contract in the upper left. That is a 20-tick range bar on NinjaTrader, or a 200ths or 20 10,000ths of a cent. And that was, yes, so just came out. So there's our reaction range initially, and pull back to moving averages, just barely move the range up a tick, and pushing up again. 30 seconds in, so we'll take that as part of our reaction. And now we'll see where we go from here. That trade stopping out, so waiting for a new setup. $40 seconds to go. We've got a get in sync add-on on Counterpunch. 38. And we're in our session. Get in sync add-on is right there, and we have not hit that entry as yet. All right, nothing with any new trades yet. Testing the lower side of the reaction range now this morning. So we have a potential short setup at 84.94 on the 377 tick counterpunch chart. That has not yet confirmed on the histogram. No targets or stops yet. And the 50 EMA just did a dipsy-do over the 200 and then came back. So you see the 8th bar after the crossover upward, and now we're in a crossover downward. So long trades below the 50 are going to be filtered out for a couple more bars, for at least 2 or 3 more bars. I mean, down close here looks like it's going to set up a short. So that's going to set up at 94, it looks like. One tick above that reaction range. So I would take that to 92 if we get a setup here. And there's your yellow setup. That went through too fast to catch. So we'll put in a limit order if it comes back. And if it hits money management, which I believe, yeah, it just hit money management. So that's off the table. Too fast to catch that one. And we still have not got confirmation yet on the white trade. On counterpunch, nothing on unleaded. Waiting for something to work with. Oh, I'm sorry. We did get a confirmation. So we are short on Counterpunch. That's a pretty sizable trade. 84. Yeah, I would have taken that one also at 92. But in that one, so money management and target one at 84.34, target two at 84 even, 84 flat. So 94 94-cent target. That's a big target too, and our risk is 68 ticks. Target one is 62 ticks. And the long on Spotlight. I wasn't watching that. 8502. That just hit money management. Yeah, plenty of time to get in that. I just wasn't keeping an eye on it. So that's going to be a POQ for Spotlight, hitting both targets already. 17 and 27, 44 ticks. Good job, William. I saw your questions on Discord. I've just been tied up, and I will get to those. Oh, you got a fill on this first one? That was, you did good to get that, because that looked like it popped through way too fast to get an order in, because I was looking at that one, looking for that one. Now, if you had anticipated the entry and had your order in already, yeah, that's absolutely. Yeah, I don't try to use market orders. I'm always going to use a chart. Yeah, exactly. Break even on the first trade, and two targets on the second. So that completes that. That session is POQ, whichever way you traded it. If you executed the first short or not. Now I threw the limit order in, but it hit money management before it came back up to it. So that's why you saw me put the order in the sim. But that just, at least the data on my screen went through too fast. Now that would have been one that I actually would have should have put my order in. I was talking about the anticipating that trade, and even the adjustment that I would make. So I should have had that order in already. I would have entered at 92 and gotten my money management. Yeah, lots of time on the second trade. I was just looking at Counterpunch at the time. Yeah, really. Not to mention that I'm typically trading the micro crude, which is even a different chart. All right, unleaded showing a long trade. That's its first trade. 45.37 for the entry. We got as high as 30. Yeah, we one tick beyond. So that if you didn't get a fill on that, I would push it to 41. Make it push through that swing level. And we have a stop and reverse on the counterpunch chart, 85.38. So Spotlight is done. Unleaded January contract is in a long trade. I like the looks of that. It's come up, beaten the prior swing level, and we're definitely in the trade now. Went back, tested the 20 and 50 and bounced up again. So this looks like a good setup for us. All right. It's continuing the upward move, and counterpunch has reversed to long now. So we went 92 to 38. So 46 tick loss, down 92 ticks. And we'll just have to see where that goes. Unleaded moving up slowly. And a little pullback here. And just kind of a slow rise here, it looks like. And it's going to take a while at this rate to get target one at 85.81 on Counterpunch, which that is our money management level for the long trade. Or is that at 85.80? Yep, 81. Market definitely not wanting to make a hard push higher yet. Was moving up into the report and bounced pretty good after the report, and then came right back to the low of the range. Actually went slightly below the low of the range and now is back right up in the middle of the range again. So we'll have to see where we go. Unleaded testing the moving averages again, testing the 20 and the 50, or I'm sorry, the 200 and the 50. Interesting, the differences. Note where the 200 is up above target one on the 377 tick versus everything right together. So you got a spread on the 377, but on both the unleaded range bar and the crude range bar on Spotlight, all your moving averages are fairly close together. And looks like a full stop out on unleaded. 69, and we got to 68. Yep. Full stop out on unleaded. So, waiting to see now. That was and I said take that 41. That was a 4-tick adjustment. Risk of 7, so down 144 on. Other than Spotlight not being a good session this morning. So basically stuck in the middle of the reaction range. Now, unleaded seems to be moving. Unfortunately, that trade was a squeeze zone filter on the short, which would have been successful to target 1 and target 2. And there is a short stop and reverse short, 84.97. And I would take this as an exit and step aside. This is a sideways market right now. Just back and forth. There is our entry to the stop and reverse. I will be right back. Thank Okay. All right. Strong down move, reversing to short or knocking us out of the long. I still would tend to step aside here. All right, that's and starting a new bar. Unleaded setting a new session low by just a few ticks. Bouncing off of that, which is not surprising. We'll have to see if it continues down. All right. Not much else to watch, to take a look at, other than the counterpunch chart. If you did reverse, target one is down at 84.62. That looks like 63 to me. Yeah, 84.63. All right, Roger, that's fine. This has been a kind of a long session. All right, folks. And now popping back up. Unleaded with the long. That's one of those cases where I think I would wait for, after that kind of down move, I'd wait for another test of the session low, especially with the entry coming below that swing high at 54. And that would be another full stop. So, unleaded not faring well this morning. And now starting to get zebra stripes on counterpunch. I still like my call to step aside, just take that reverse exit and step aside. All right, that's 30 minutes already. That's a long session. Okay, folks. Looks like it's going to be sideways for a while. I'm going, unless there are questions or discussion, I'm going to call it a morning. We'll see you tomorrow, Miles. Don't forget to check your volumes tomorrow morning on Crude, on Crude and Micro Crude. Looking like volume rollover will be tomorrow or Friday. So we'll see everybody tomorrow morning.